What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. I'd really like to take some time here to make a discussion about what I honestly believe is the case with the whole situation with Mr. Jason Whitlock. And Mr. Jason Whitlock, he pretends to be somebody that he's really not. He's a guy who's a conservative. He's African American, but he has a lot of negative things to say about the black community. And he has a lot of things to say about black culture. You know, he's a staunch critic of anything that's black and successful, unless it's done in the way he feels should be more Caucasian-like. But let me stick with that in a minute. I'd like to draw your attention to Jason Whitlock's review of Corey Holcomb. He mentioned Corey Holcomb a few months ago when discussing Tommy Sotomayor. He was talking to him in an interview. Corey Holcomb's name came up, and it was a real cheap shot as to what he said. I want you to hear that, and then I'm going to come back.
But I don't want to say I'm Floyd Mayweather, but it's like, I'm going to pick the right fights and the fights that are going to put money in my pocket. I'm just not going to fight anybody. You referenced Corey Holcomb.
When his numbers went down, I stopped responding to him. I don't respond to him no more. He says my name, I don't respond to him no more.
But you referenced Corey Holcomb. I used to be friends with Corey Holcomb. And Corey Holcomb is a guy that loves to talk about me. I don't pay attention to it. I mean, he says a lot of ignorant things about me. I've never paid attention to it, never responded to it, because and Corey Holcomb's got a nice little following. He does well on the Chitlin comedy circuit, and I don't say that to be dismissive, but that's what he's built a nice little, probably $500,000 a year career going around to little ghetto nightclubs and doing his comedy routine. I'm perfectly good with that.
That is what he said, okay? I'm listening to Corey Holcomb's show last night, and Corey Holcomb never addressed it up until now. Let me play what Corey Holcomb had to say, and then I'm gonna come back.
Man,
your brother boy too.
Which one?
The one that's worse than Stephen A., the fat one.
Which one?
Whitman or what?
No, he's done. He's finished.
Is he? Okay, yeah.
Finished. Yeah. Garbage ass bad. Motherfucker said, Corey used to be my friend. Motherfucker, where I know you from?
Yeah.
Bobby had me drop you off at a hotel because you didn't have a ride. It was before Uber and shit. I don't know you. Garbage ass. I know you used to talk about black people on my ESPN, but right. they didn't like how you look because you sound like a dyke and you couldn't be a leading man how you look.
Yeah.
They put him on a couple other shows. It just wasn't working.
Yeah.
His numbers was so bad. Oh. Your throat clogged. My bad. We good? Mm-hmm. I ain't trying to make nobody be on the spot, but I gotta speak on it. God damn it.
Guys, as you've heard this, it appears to me that brother Corey Holcomb doesn't even know this guy. Doesn't know him. He doesn't even seem like he would be friends with a guy like Jason Whitlock. I don't know Corey Holcomb personally. I'm a big fan of his. He's given me a lot of kudos and respect, but he doesn't know this guy, all right? But at the same time, Jason Whitlock, who's so high and mighty, he's working for the Blaze and all these networks. Well, then why would he diss Corey Holcomb? Well, I'm gonna tell you why. Because Corey Holcomb is self-made, doing it his way, as a black man, okay? Anybody who does that, don't you notice that Jason Whitlock has a problem with that person? Stephen A. Smith is a lot better, but he also has some issues here and there. But notice that anybody who's ethnically, culturally, and you might want to call it, those blacks who deal in the provocative language, you might call that, some people may call it low class, or you may call it flamboyant, whatever you may call it. But if they're successful in that way, he has a problem with it. But I'm telling you, the bigger issue that Jason Whitlock has is that Corey Holcomb is doing what he's doing outside of white support, and he's gotten further in his own independent career than Jason Whitlock has with all of his help. ESPN, Fox Sports, Blaze still couldn't make it. Corey Holcomb didn't have to bite and kiss anybody's ass to do that. And do you also know that you have many blacks who are jealous of those blacks who just stood on their principles? Because you know what? Life is funny like that. People like you for being your authentic, true self. We see so many replicas in the world. And I'm going to just be honest. I'm here in Africa, and it's no different than other parts of the world where you need to conform for things to happen for you, especially if you want some level of speed. So here, like in Uganda or Kenya, there's a level of fake humbleness that needs to occur. It's very appreciated here. The more fake humble you act, the people receive it better in the culture, especially in the private sector. So the more you are fake humble, it doesn't matter that you're a liar or you're a scam artist. But if you pretend to be fake humble and you beat your wife and you just steal all the money and you can be the biggest loser on planet Earth, in America, that won't matter because somebody's going to get to you. You'll be exposed quickly, if not worse. But here, it's all that matters. And people do that to get along, but it's not the right way. What Corey Holcomb does, you might not like it, but he does it in his way. And so those blacks who had to conform want to pull the other blacks back in line, even the way that Deion Sanders coaches. And there's some things that, you know, I really, after looking at some of the things he said and things this year, he has to take a really good reflection of what he's doing and what he's talking about, because he looks foolish at times. But, you know, hey, if he can win like that, well, what can you say? He's winning. And a lot of blacks in America want you to do it the way that actually, in my honest opinion, you're more easier to get fired like that because you're so into the system that you can get passed around. Like, look at all those guys on Fox Sports. I'm going to give you a great example. ESPN. One of my great quarterbacks of all time, Steve Young, he was fired as an ESPN analyst. Jalen Rose was canned. Keyshawn Johnson was canned. He's now at Fox Sports. Want to know who got the deal for $30 million? Cameron and Mace. Want to know why? Doing it their way. Want to know who's mad at people like them? Joe Budden. Everybody's mad at them. They're doing it their way. $1 million worth of game. $100 million deal. Want to know how? Doing it their way. Who's mad? Everybody. Corey Holcomb. Doing it his way. Doesn't give a at all. Period. With an exclamation mark. Doing it his way. Because if you're not being subservient and kissing somebody's ass, then I gotta bring you down. I gotta make you a bad person. And the thing is, Jason Whitlock, you're not independently nothing. With that attitude, then you don't even know the guy. You're just a hater. I have no reason to believe that you and Corey Holcomb ever could be friends. The values you have, the way you look at the world, the way you look at the black community, I just can't see it. And if when a guy destroyed you, he didn't even give you that much time. He didn't even wait to respond to it until now. I just knew that when I put that video up about what happened, I'm like, oh man, you know, Corey Holcomb's gonna fry him on the show tonight. Corey Holcomb didn't even worry about him. Like, that's how much. He's like, who is that jigger? You know, who is he? So guys, what do you think? It's your boy Shady Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.